Hello friends, welcome to Electronic Circuit Hub. So today we are going to understand about inverting and non-inverting level shifter. We will understand what is the inverting level shifter. We will also understand what is the non-inverting level shifter. What is the difference between inverting and non-inverting level shifter. And then later I'll run the simulation and I'll show you the waveform of inverting level shifter and non-inverting level shifter, right? So let us understand first the inverting level shifter. Okay, so you can see here in the inverting level shifter I used a single transistor, okay, single element, and you can see this is NPN transistor, and then base of this NPN is connected to the 4.7k ohm resistance base resistance. Then it goes to the pulsating supply. So if you see here, this is the logic level for this is 3.3 volt, and T on is 0.5 millisecond and T period is 1 millisecond. Okay, so at this base side you see here we have 3.3 logic level, but at output you can get the 5 volt logic level but in opposite polarity. So if your input is high, your output will be low, but the amplitude of your output is 5 volt while the amplitude of your input is 3 volt. That is why it is called inverting level shifter, and I named is ILS, inverting level shifter. Let us quickly understand the non-inverting level shifter. So in the non-inverting level shifter, your input will be 3.3 volt and you will get the output 5 volt. So your input is 3.3 volt and your output is 5 volt. But you see here in non-inverting level shifter, your input and output both are in the same phase, right? Your input and output both are in the same phase. That is why it is called non-inverting level shifter, right? So you are shifting your level from 3.3 volt to 5 volt, but your input and your output both are in the same phase. While in inverting level shifter, you are shifting your level from 3.3 volt to 5 volt, but your input and your output both are in the opposite phase. Okay, both are in the opposite phase or opposite polarity. Okay, so this inverting level shifter I named is ILS. For non-inverting level shifter I named is NILS, that means non-inverting level shifter. You can see here I have used 2 NPN transistor in order to achieve the same phase and polarity. Here I have used single NPN transistor. Okay, and now let me run the simulation and let me show you the different waveform for inverting level shifter and non-inverting level shifter. Okay, so if I click on the simulate and edit simulation command, so you can see here I kept the stop time only is 10 millisecond. Okay, so click on OK. Then what you do is you have to run this run button. You can see people looks like running, so you have to run. Click on this button. So click on this run button. Once you click on this run button, you will see 2 window. So what I do is let me tile window vertically and let me show you first the input and the output. So your input of inverting level shifter and this is your output of non-inverting level shifter. So what you see here is your input is 0 to 3.3 volt and your output is 0 to 5 volt. Only the difference is here is when your input is high, your output is low. So what I do is let me add 2 plot pane. This is for input, so let me click on the input, and this is for output. So what you see here is your input is like from 0 to 3.3 volt, and you can see at the output your output is, I call this ILS, inverting level shifter. Your output is 0 to 5 volt. So what you can see here is your input logic level is 3, which is now shifted to 5 volt, but when your input is high, you can see your output is low. That means your output is inverted. Okay, your output is inverted. That means whatever your input signal is, your output signal is just opposite, it's inverted. Okay, so both input and output are not in the same phase. That is why it is called inverting level shifter. Now let me run the simulation and let me show you the waveform for non-inverting level shifter. So this is your input for non-inverting level shifter, and if I click on here and click on NILS, so let me show you the output. So what you see here, guys, your input still is 3.3 volt, which is as same as the inverting level shifter. Now at the output, what you see here is your output is 5 volt. That means your logic level is shifted from 3.3 volt to 5 volt. But in this case, you see here your input and your output both are in the same phase. Okay, they have some amplitude difference, but the phase is same. That means if your input signal is high, your output signal is high, and if your input signal is low, your output signal is low. So this is the difference between inverting level shifter and non-inverting level shifter. Okay, inverting level shifter, your input and your output both are not in the same phase, while your non-inverting level shifter, your input and your output both are in the same phase. So based on your application, you can use this kind of circuit. This is very cost effective solution. You can see, if you want to use inverting level shifter, you can use this, and this is also a cost effective circuit. If you want to non-inverting level shifter, you can use this kind of circuit in your design. I hope you guys, you have understood the inverting level shifter. You have also understood the non-inverting level shifter. What is the difference between inverting level shifter and non-inverting level shifter? So in the last video, I have made the common gate level shifter and the common base level shifter. Then I have shown to you what is the difference between common gate level shifter and common base level shifter. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that video. Maybe in some application you might need common base or common gate level shifter for your design. Okay, so if you haven't watched until now, go and watch that video. So if you have any question on inverting level shifter and non-inverting level shifter, feel free to ask him in comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.